All right, welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Pin High Media. This week we're going to talk a little Travelers, a little John Deere, and of course, because everybody's talking about it, we're going to talk about the LIV event in Portland. So let's get into it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Pin High Podcast.
Okay, let's get inside the ropes to start the week. Let's start with Travelers. It was, the course never really fails to, deliver. It's a good course. I know it's in Cromwell, Connecticut, but it's a good course. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you get to the Travelers, multiple players are going to be on 59 watch, you know that. But for some reason on Sunday, it always comes down to the wire. Something always happens on the 72nd hole at the Travelers every time.
Yeah, sure. Say what you want about it being, one of the easier courses on tour. Definitely not the easiest. There's like the Rocket Mortgage Classic course. I think it's Detroit Country Club. I forget. Way easier. But for instance, anyway, the 72nd hole just delivers. There's the Jordan Spieth hole out. There's the 6-hole playoff. It was between Kramer, Hickok, and Harris English.
Yeah. Crazy last year.
And then this year, the Sahith Thigala blow up on the 72nd hole, which I actually learned from No Lane Up this week that it's Sahith, not Sahith.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about that. We'll blow up on 18. Let's setting the scene, I guess. He has a 1-stroke lead over Xander Schauffele, who's a hole behind him, going into the 18th. And ends up in a bunker off the tee, which not his finest tee shot.
Not only was he in a bunker, Jeek, he was like up against
it,
the lip of the collar, pretty much.
And whatever, I think with a lead going into the 72nd hole, he probably saw Xander behind him, thought he needed a birdie to win, and decided to go a little more aggressive off the tee. Which
I think
hindsight wasn't.
What happened was I heard him say, he was like, "That's my like bread and butter shot that like cut down like fairway finder," and he was like, "I've hit it a million times, and it like that's the one time it didn't cut."
Yeah, which is tough. I mean, under the pressure, I guess.
It does happen. Like you saw it with Mito Pereira. I mean, his was maybe his definitely cut on the 72nd hole of the PGA Championship, but the last hole, something gets into these guys' heads. These like guys who haven't won on tour yet, and stuff happens like that. And then you rush to make decisions.
The next decision, where his caddy is talking him out of not hitting the shot, right? Because he wanted to go for the green. He's like, I'm gonna go for the green from here with like maybe like 2 inches of clearance between the bunkers, like the face of the bunker and his ball. And he's like, I'm gonna go for the green.
Max.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go for the green. And his caddy's like, I don't think you should do that. Like bad thing can happen. And his caddy wasn't really assertive enough there to say like, no, you're not doing that. And
because at that point, like you can't really, it's 72nd hole. He's pretty dead set on doing it. The alternative is not that good either, because the alternative would have been, even if he had done the alternative, probably still would have.
He definitely still would have. He still would have lost, but
still would have lost.
But so making par instead of double bogey, like on the 72nd hole, like at least you give yourself a chance that Xander makes, a par or whatever. Didn't really, Swan missed the ball, and it just didn't really give himself a chance there going down. And you kind of hate to see it, because like he had the heartbreak at the what tournament was it? The Waste Management. Yeah.
Waste Management.
And
similar thing, like just
a similar type of
bounce off the 17th.
Yeah, and whatever. He's like, he was like, this one's gonna sting. This one's definitely gonna sting. But I mean, Xander came in and made birdie on the 18th, so it didn't really matter in the end. But still, I mean, that's tough.
That is a tough way to lose a golf
And
tournament.
even the last putt that he had, the putt for bogey that like lipped pretty much. I mean, it didn't really look like it was good going the whole way, but at the end, there's just like a massive lip that.
Now, here's a
That
question
was.
for you. Which way do you think he sways this week at the John Deere? Do you think he comes back and like contends again, or maybe not contends, but like has a good week, or do you think he just like flops?
I think he has a good week. I mean, what helps him is the field is not very strong this week. So he's like honestly probably
that's
one
the
of the
main
top 5 or 6 players in terms of odds to win this tournament. So yeah, I think he has a pretty good week. He's a good ball striker. He's a good player. Just when the nerves get to him at the end, which is like that for everybody going for the first win, that's where trouble happens.
And it is fun to think about how he's like this, like one of the top guys in odds for this week of the John Deere, and he just like, you really don't know who's going to win the John Deere year to year. It could be someone who is that 24-1 who still could be a first time tour winner, but their odds are like 24-1, so it's like not even that good. Or it could be a guy it's like 80-100-1. It's a weird week. It's like that for a lot of tournaments too, and it's like it's not exciting to watch, but it's exciting to see who's going to win, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and then I guess just going back to the Travelers, Xander Schauffele, first win since 2019 on the PGA Tour, at least.
Since we started this podcast,
which is kind of crazy, saying that Trevor's picked him almost every other week since we started the podcast, and he hasn't gotten
literally.
It. So
I mean, good for him. The Golf OSD guys have a awesomely weird and awkward rapport going with Xander right now.
Yeah, saw that.
But it's kind of funny. But like, also, is it unintentionally? I don't even know. It's
like who knows? Who knows?
It's such a weird thing. I
guess they should just keep doing what they're doing. I guess
keep doing it. It's funny.
Yeah, why not? But yeah, Xander definitely showed that he's a premier PGA Tour player this week. I mean, it's been a rough patch for him, but he's kind of getting back into form, and that's good for the game.
Yeah, premier PGA Tour players. And this could be a bad take, but premier PGA Tour players, of course, they go out and they come top 5 in majors and they win majors, but they also know how to like just take a week like the Travelers Championship, step on everyone's throat, and just like go out and win.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you see some of the previous winners of the Travelers, Jordan Spieth, for example, Bubba Watson, when he was actually good. Yeah, and then I guess another thing I wanted to mention, Thornbinson, I think is his name, Michael Thornbinson.
Yeah.
Amateur. From where's he going
now? He goes to, is it A&M? Maybe not.
I don't know. But that finished 4th for NAM, so that's pretty good.
Do you think he took that money and just went pro? Because now he has an exemption into the next tour event because he came top 10.
I don't think he did. He was competing as an amateur. Chesson Hadley finished 5th, took home 406.
Damn, that's tough.
That would have gone to Thormanson. So he didn't take the money at all. Yeah, but that was a good showing this week. I'm sure.
Yeah.
LIV Golf has been on the phone with him.
Yeah. He's like, if he's not going to take the 400K, from the PGA Tour to remain with his amateur status, I'm assuming he's not just going to sell out and go to the LIV Tour.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder if you enter the tournament as an amateur, like, do you even have the option of taking the money if you win at the end? Like, or you entered as an amateur?
I thought you did. I thought you could forfeit it, your amateur status and just take it.
But like, do you have to do that before the tournament, or can you do it after?
I guess I don't know. I mean, like, this doesn't really happen often. When was the last time again that the amateur came top 10? It was like,
wow, I think.
Wasn't it in the 90s?
Maybe. I feel like it should have happened more recently, but I don't think it has. But It is an interesting prospect there that he kept the amateur status. He's not going to go pro. I mean, he's 20 years old, so I guess he has another year of college. If he
No,
wants to
and
go
at the
pro.
same
I
time,
don't
it would
think
be
he's
kind of
even in
dumb.
college, but yeah, that was a good showing from him. That's something that you love to see, especially in a tournament like the Travelers. You have your premier name at the top. You have the Gala, who's like kind of up and coming, and then you have an amateur at the top. That's a pretty good way for a tournament like that to go.
Yeah, no, 100%.
A little bit of everything.
And it'll just be interesting because I would imagine is Thorn Bjornsson in the field for the PGA for the tour event this week.
I don't think he is, but
he has an exemption for it. No,
not in the field this week.
Weird.
I feel like you got to pick and choose where you're going to play if you're going to use an exemption.
Oh, do you just get an exemption into another one?
I guess I'm not sure exactly.
That was the next one.
I don't know. He's not in the field this week, so at least you can't bet on him. But
also, have you noticed how the PGA Tour app this weekend was like actually like even way worse than usual?
No. Was it like
I don't know whether it was my phone, but the PGA Tour app is actually like god awful.
I mean, yeah, that app's been garbage for years. I mean, they're always like 3 holes behind, but yeah, I didn't think they could get much worse than they already were.
Yeah, no, he's not playing. Interesting. But yeah, moving on to the John Deere, I guess, and then we can talk some LIV. The John Deere has been joked to be like the sixth major or whatever, and this year is just got absolutely shafted by the LIV Tour event. It's crazy.
This is the worst field of the year so far. I think this will be worse than some, like, you know how like there's like WGCs, there's always like a second event that happens. This field might be worse than some of those fields.
I mean, you look around and it has some okay names. But I think a featured group is
player in the top 20 in the world in the field this week? I don't think so.
No.
Who's the highest ranked player in the field? Let's look at.
There's a featured group of Robert Streb, Martin Laird, and Pat Gazire.
That's
wait. Do you even know who Mark Hensby is?
No.
He's in a featured group with Nick Watney and Kevin Streelman.
That's wild. I think Webb Simpson is the highest ranked player in the field this week.
Was Webb Simpson in the field?
Yeah, he's 58th in the world.
What are his odds?
He's the second favorite. He's 1,200. Actually, Bazoonhout might be the highest ranked player in the field. Is he ahead of Webb Simpson these days?
Oh, is Bazoon tight in the field?
Yeah, he is, but he's not ahead of Webb Simpson. So 58th player in the world is the highest ranked player in the world in the field this week.
That's an absolute joke.
That's grim.
And then I was looking at the LIV Tour, like the LIV Tour event actually, like the LIV series did a great job of just attacking some pretty bad PGA Tour events. I mean, the RBC Canadian Open is actually a pretty decent one, but they attacked that. They're attacking the John Deere and they're attacking the Rocket Mortgage right off the bat, and it's just like,
yeah, they had it planned out. They definitely knew exactly what they were doing when it came to this. Like, and I mean, if you see how terrible the field is, I mean, on Saturday, for example, if you're sitting there watching golf, are you going to watch the LIV Tour event or are you going to watch the John Deere?
I mean, I'd like to say the John Deere, but like,
probably not.
Why the LIV then?
Probably watch the LIV Tour. I mean, Thursday, Friday, just like the intrigue of the new players in the LIV Tour, Bryson DeChambeau, Matt Wolff, like.
Wonder if the course is any good.
Making his debut.
Pumpkin Ridge or whatever.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's a solid course.
I don't know. I mean, the LIV Tour event was pretty underwhelming last time, but obviously they've gained some big names. It'd be interesting to see, it'd be interesting to see how it rallies, because I think that was the general opinion of everybody.
Right.
That it was like, it was well done, good broadcast for how much time they had to put that together. You'd probably think that it get even better with an extra 2-3 weeks of time to prepare. With a good field, maybe it's better, but I'll see it or I'll believe it when I see it.
And how about the PGA Tour and LIV Tour with their press conference schedules? Like earlier in the week when Jay Monahan scheduled a press conference, he scheduled it at the exact same time as Bryson DeChambeau's introductory press conference for the LIV Tour. And then I think today he had one with the commissioner of the DP World Tour, like a joint press conference. And that was at the exact same time as the Bryson, Matt Wolff, Patrick Reed press conference for the LIV Tour. So they're doing it on purpose too, which is quite comical.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the LIV Tour is petty, but we'll see how that all plays out this weekend, because it's gonna be tough for the PGA Tour to stay in the spotlight.
What I'm worried about with the LIV Tour is not necessarily your Dustin Johnson, Sergio Garcia's. It's the college players that are up and coming. This might be the podcast thumbnail. Will the LIV Tour target college players? The LIV Tour already is targeting college players. I mean, they got the number 2 ranked college player in the nation this year to sign, Eugenio Chikara from Oklahoma State. So
Pearson Coody kind of went on the other end of that.
Yeah.
Said no. It was like, no, I want to play on the PGA Tour. That's like what I grew up wanting to do. If all my friends are playing the PGA Tour and I'm just sitting at home with like, $10 million in my bank account, it's not gonna feel that good.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you could get the instant payday without having to qualify through all these.
Yeah, but he just won the Corn Ferry Tour event.
I know. I'm just saying, you have both sides of it right now, and I'm curious to see how that works out.
Pearson Coody's the next Davis Riley.
I think he's too good though to be like the next Davis Riley.
You think he's better?
Yeah. He won the Corn Ferry Tour event as first start.
I mean, Davis Riley probably did something similar.
But I don't know. I feel like he's way more on the radar than some of the other players that have recently come up. Even Scotty Scheffler had a year on the Corn Ferry Tour before he became mainstream. Where Pearson Coody is probably destined for the PGA Tour this year already. Maybe contending in one of these.
He's played in the PGA Tour events before.
One of these off-week events. But Matt Wolff was probably the big one that we haven't talked about this week in terms of committing to the LIV Tour, which he had an okay week last week, I think. But his game's been kind of spiraling downhill pretty fast, and he took the money.
He's someone I anticipate to not play well this week.
Yeah, it was almost the right move for him, which is weird to say because he's 23 years old.
23.
Yeah, our age.
He's 10 days younger than me, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to you don't know how his career path is going to go. Is he on the Smiley Kaufman career path, or is he on the, is he going to figure it out? You don't know now because he's going to be on the LIV Tour. So,
and by the time he's 30, maybe he's done with the LIV Tour and he's worked his way back to the PGA Tour.
Maybe
it's possible.
He was very excited. He had his press conference this week. He was very into the fact that it was a team play. He liked playing in college a lot better than he's playing on the PGA Tour, because you're kind of on an island by yourself on the PGA Tour. College, you're on a team. He just enjoyed the sport a lot more when he was in college. So this kind of has that similar feel to it. So maybe maybe that's the spin zone this week, and you pick Matt Wolff to win.
Maybe that's the spin zone. Interesting. Okay, I like that. It's an interesting take.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something to look at.
That's an interesting way to say to get around the question. So did you just sell out?
It is kind of an interesting way. Listen, he was open with his struggles over the last year and a half or so. I don't think he was enjoying playing golf that much, which is like, if you're not enjoying what you do, you're not going to play well for the most part. So maybe this is kind of a new fresh breath of air for him in terms of enjoying the sport. So
yeah, 100%. On that note, do we want to get into the skins to talk about both of these tournaments this week?
Sure.
All right. So I guess we can start. Which one do you want to start with? Let's start with John Deere. We're a PGA Tour podcast.
Yeah, no, I need
That's
to
where our legion
pull up the
applies.
field for the LIV Golf anyway, because I don't have odds in front of me.
Oh, right. Okay. I have the list in front of me, so like you can just tell me who you think is going to win and all.
Yeah. But let's do the PGA Tour first.
So I'll let you go first because you said it and I was like, oh, I love that. And honestly, like I should have thought about it, but
yeah. So today was a busy day, so I didn't really do much research going into the picks this week that I normally do. But I kind of found a name that I liked, and I'm gonna go with it. We're in a pretty weak field. Kind of a guy that we've been picking a lot of the year, Patrick Rogers. He's 35-1. I see that he's come in second place at this tournament before. He has a couple top 30s as well in this tournament. He's a Midwest guy, you know. I think Patrick Rogers could win this tournament. I mean, we've picked him a lot this year, but I mean, for the reason that he has been playing pretty well this year. But that's with no research at all. I just think Patrick Rogers just looks like a name that could win this tournament.
I agree. And I think the same thing about Seth Theegala. I think we talked about it already. I think he could come back and, you know, contend for this tournament. But the guy that I'm going with, he's 80-1. His name's Alex Smalley. You know Alex Smalley?
Of course.
He also is a name that I think could win this tournament because he plays well in these off field events. He's kind of a under the radar up and comer. He's young. He's a bomber, and just one of those weeks where at the end of the day you can do all the research you want, and you know, you still gotta pretty much close your eyes, throw a dart at anything you can because it's the John Deere and this field is awful.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the bottom of this field right now. Ben Crane's in the field this week. Omar Aresti, who won like the PGA Professionals Championship last year, I believe. Let's see here. Nick Watney, you mentioned earlier, is in a featured group. Jason Duffner's in the field this week. There's some names down here.
I bet a Monday qualifier makes the cut this week.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, this is a crazy tournament, and I mean, don't rule out ZJ. This is like ZJ's tournament.
Yeah, true. Also, what's his name? Steve Stricker.
I think he withdrew.
Oh damn, that sucks.
WD'd. But with his withdrawal, I think Hoffman got in the field. What's his name? Morgan Hoffman. Yeah, Morgan Hoffman got in the field because of that.
Morgan Wallen?
I mean, same hair.
Same person, yeah. Maybe less racist, but anyway, let's move on to the LIV Tour event. So it's a Pumpkin Ridge in Portland. And Portland, when you say that a golf tournament's in Portland, it kind of intrigues me because I think of Oregon and I think of Bandon. And I know it's not going to be Bandon, of course, but it just kind of intrigues me right off the bat. Portland just sounds like a cool place for a golf tournament. And you know, the field, you got DJ Koepka, you got Answer in there as a newcomer. You got who else you got? I mean,
Abraham
you got
Answer
talking about
here as in this tournament.
Yeah, I just
Carlos Ortiz, I think so.
Carlos Ortiz is in it. I did not know about that.
Is he in the field this week? Are those odds out? Okay. Yeah, he could committed with Abraham Answer. They're like best friends, I think. So makes sense.
James Piet is actually in the field.
Yes.
So he made the cut for the second one. Guess who didn't? Ogletree.
Ogletree, yeah, last place.
Ogletree not make
got relegated. Yeah, interesting field this week. I still can't get like the actual.
There's still some people I do not know. Like I know that the Asian Tour players, I wouldn't expect to know them, but like Jediah Morgan, never heard of him. Ian Snyman, never heard of him. But yeah, no, obviously there's some familiar names here. And Pat Perez is also in the field.
Yeah, right. New player. Yeah,
so
it's a
who
decent,
are you going with this week?
Field. How about you,
Sergio?
First? I'm trying to find.
You know what?
What?
It's not the best value, but give me Sergio.
What is he?
15-1.
Okay.
I don't love it, but there's something about Sergio this week. They changed their name, I think, apparently from the Fireballs to something else. They haven't announced it yet, but
they're already changing names, huh?
But yeah, no, yeah, but like the logos, it's all the same, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, give me Sergio this week. I mean, I'm 1 for 1 in live winners, so made it just in time, Trevor.
What's up?
Yeah, just in time for some picks.
You want to throw John Deere winner out there?
Yeah, throw a John Deere winner out there.
Zero research, Ches Reavy.
Okay.
I love it. Our guy.
I know, our guy. I heard one of my coworkers mention his name today I just heard his name randomly and I already forgot why he mentioned it and just stuck with me all day. So going with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for. So we picked already for the John Deere, but we do have the LIV Golf coming up this week.
Yeah, I picked Sergio.
Pat's on Sergio.
He's changing his team name.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we just mentioned that.
As devastating loyal Fireball fans.
Yeah. Now I have to buy a new shirt.
Yeah, now I have to buy new hats and find a new generic logo from Yahoo Sports to put on a hat.
Yeah. So my pick, I think I've zeroed in on a player I like. I'm gonna go with Matt Jones, 33-1. He just looks like a guy that's gonna win one of these events. So
I like that. It's got good short game.
Yeah, solid short game.
It's kind of a bomber too.
Is he the guy who takes wasn't he the one who chucked the putter at, was it Century or Sony or something like that? Was that him?
No, that was Matt Every.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll do it.
Matt Jones is the one who stands over the ball for like half a second.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's what I remember him from. Yeah.
You know, LIV Golf is a
well at the Century.
big proponent of pace of play. So Matt Jones is gonna get it done this week.
Okay, love it.
I like that. I like the pace to play proponent.
Then what do you got, Trev?
For winner or just
a winner?
The winner.
I said Ches Reavy.
No, for the LIV Golf.
Oh, live.
Did you know, by the way, that Carlos Ortiz is LIV now?
I think that was like past like couple days, something.
I don't know. I didn't remember seeing.
Is he there? He's over there right now.
Yeah.
I'll go with Abe Answer.
Okay.
My guy.
I could see it.
The Abe Answer.
When's the last time he went on the PGA Tour?
It's a very good chance he's probably the best player in that field, to be honest.
I think he's.
DJ
the highest
Koepka,
ranked player in the field.
But he might be in the best form.
Yeah, I don't even think of
Did Answer win a tour event?
He won the WG. Did he win the WGC?
I think he won a WGC. I believe
he won the FedEx. He won FedEx St. Jude's. FedEx St. Jude, I think.
Oh,
second highest ranked player in the field to Koepka. I don't know, third.
What's DJ's? What's DJ's now? She's still 16.
His odds.
Oh, you're right. I missed DJ. Yeah, you're right.
DJ's odds are plus 650, which is crazy.
It's not enough.
I think it's not like I don't think he cares enough to want to play well.
So I picked Sergio, Jeek picked Matt Jones, and you picked Abe Answer. Another thing we were saying was Matt Wolff. He was saying how he likes the team events.
He likes the team aspect.
Yes. Yeah, so He said that.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's. I guess this before. It'd make a whole lot more sense if there was actually continuity with the team and it wasn't just a different team every week. Like that.
Yeah, I wish the same. I wish you actually had like teams set.
Yeah, you actually could develop like a fan base instead of cheering for. If you're a DJ guy, you're a Crushers guy, you're cheering for DJ one week and then next week you're cheering for Bryson. Like that doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at the end of the season you could switch team. Like kind of like the analogy is like the F1 type of like analogy, like the fact that F1 has teams that are locked in for the full year, but at the end of the season the drivers move around teams. And it's usually the same drivers for the most part. Like I know they're trying to steal off of that. Like why don't they just do that? I don't know.
Listen to this. So I'm also seeing tournament matchups here. There's two that stand out to me. Both plus money. Charles Schwartzel plus 110 against Ian Poulter.
Defending champ Charles Schwartzel.
Poulter sucks. Probably shouldn't say that.
Poulter does not care.
Just so doesn't care. I remember he was 6 over through like 10 holes or something, and like on the Thursday of the last event, and he was just like chuckling. He was just like walking down the fairway, like didn't care. And then Sam Horsfield, kind of one of our guys.
Kind of.
We like Sam Horsfield.
I do like Sam Horsfield. Pick them last week.
Plus 115 over Brandon Grace.
Haven't heard of Brandon Grace in a long time.
Didn't he win one of the off-week events? Like, did he win the Puerto Rico Open?
He won the Puerto Rico Open.
Yeah,
no.
Puerto Rico Open.
Didn't he?
I think he did.
He did.
Oh no, I think he did, and like that was one after like his.
I thought he won like the
died.
Tahoe one.
He might have won on Tahoe. I think he was the Puerto Rico Open. I think it was.
Yeah, now we have to look it up.
The curse lives on because he's definitely not winning a PGA Tour event.
He did win the Puerto Rico Open February 2021. He wasn't that what was it, 6-man playoff in the Wyndham Championship, if you remember that. Kisner won.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Oh, versus like Robert Streb, something like that. Was he in there too? No,
it was Siwoo Kim, Kisner, Na, also good guy, Adam Scott, and Roger Sloan. Big playoff there.
Wow.
I'd be down for a big playoff in the John Deere this week. Just like a 7-man playoff.
What happens if the LIV goes to a playoff? Just a regular playoff.
That becomes like.
I wonder if it's a regular playoff or whether they do like a drive off.
Shotgun. Oh yeah,
drive off.
It'd probably be closest to the pin.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Like the Tiger Film match.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous. Yeah, they're gonna bring him on top of the clubhouse and try to hit close to the pin on the 18th green.
That'd be sick.
All for it. Grow the game.
All right, let's get into the clubhouse to end the episode. What do we want to talk about? You want to just do premonitions and head out?
Yeah, why not? Let's make it happen.
Okay. Here's a premonition for you. The John Deere goes to a 4-man playoff this week.
Wow, I can definitely see that.
I could totally see
3
that.
guys, like it'll be like 3 or 4 guys that have never had a PGA Tour win, and it's like it might like last forever because they don't.
And it's gonna be like Thigala, who's another like guy who hasn't won on tour yet. Maybe like Bezadenhout.
Is he in the field?
Yeah, he's in the field.
Brendan Todd's gonna find his way in there.
Oh,
Brendan Todd,
yes.
And Ches Reavie, our guy.
Yes.
Oh,
who was that amateur who finished well at the Travelers? T4.
Yeah, we already talked about him.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
That's
pretty sweet.
Cool. Shout out him.
Premonitions. So we do have like the worst field this week at the John Deere, but I think it's going to turn out to be one of the best tournaments of the year.
Best finishes or best tournaments?
Best Probably. I mean, we
hard to go
can't say
best
start to
tournament.
finish tournament, but we could say like finish or like it's gonna be like interesting.
Okay.
That
I like
kind of
it.
goes hand in hand with the format and playoff.
I
But like
guess.
I walk-off putt would be incredible too.
Yeah. Well,
Like, for that
technically
best finish.
every tournament has a walk-off putt at some
Well,
point.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, like a 40
A putt
footer.
a putt to win on the final hole that goes in.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go in, they tie, or like a putt to go to the playoff, or a putt to win in the playoff, something like that. It'd be fun to see.
I like it. I like it. And then anything else? Weekend golfer? Anybody play golf? I didn't play golf.
I played, and I felt like I played terrible, and I still only shot 80.
There you go.
That was a good sign, I guess.
When?
And I was using rental driver that was snap hooking, if you can believe that now.
Let's go.
Snap hooking.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's progress.
I guess it is a good thing.
Progress.
I'm going to Topgolf tomorrow, which I'm really excited about.
I played. I still have the yips, but I think we're on the mend. It wasn't as bad.
Okay.
Mm,
I didn't play,
That
but
word.
I think I'm gonna go out for a late 9 on the short course at Silver Mine. Teach Kate how to play golf.
that'd be fun.
Probably
Get a
not
couple
teach,
brews.
more just like I can't teach golf, but
Yeah.
just kind of like
Asking the wrong person.
I'm not gonna teach, just kind of gonna
Just
go
get
out.
It just comes
just
up and
mess
has
around.
the old Pat Slice like
Yeah,
from
she is.
2017.
Yeah.
Just like
Katie Loopy Slice.
You
Yeah.
pay Lupus Life.
like yeah, I taught her that.
That's all I know.
Tell her all I know. What can I say?
Tar for that's
She can do a 100-yard slice right down the middle every time.
yeah. She won't like the tree at Silver Spring then if she plays the 5th hole.
No.
Patty Loopy's like Patty Loopy's
Well, she's a
memorial
lefty.
tree.
Oh,
Oh, so
spin zone she will.
she will.
She will.
But that actually works out well because your sister's a lefty, right?
Exactly. That
Yeah.
works.
That works out very well.
Because you can just use her
Blaze clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, when my girlfriend is out on the course with me and she tries to use one of my clubs, it doesn't really go well.
I mean, it's
for her.
definitely just far too big.
Yeah,
Extra stiff
too
shafts.
big. Yeah,
And just extra stiff shafts. Yeah.
but would use a mom's driver and everything like that. It works very well. So
There you go.
it definitely makes a difference.
Yes, I will. We
All right.
have a 4th of July weekend, so I'll be playing this weekend for sure.
Oh, we do.
Hell yeah. Maybe I'll see you out there. Probably not, but
Probably not, but maybe.
yeah. All right. Well, John Deere this week is going to be the best tournament of the year according to us. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that. And then LIV Golf, we're excited. We're cautiously optimistic that it is going to be a little bit better.
We'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just somehow it gets worse.
No, me either.
Yeah,
Could happen.
But
sometimes
yeah,
more
we'll
commercial loads. and
see you
things
next
like that.
week. We got our first PGA Tour, DP World Tour collab at the Genesis Scottish Open. So looking forward to that. See you next week.